Okay, now I'm going to talk about Lewis symbols. This falls right on the heels of talking about valence electrons. Now, Lewis symbols, this is really simple. I don't want you to think, get overworked about it. There's a few simple rules for remembering Lewis structures. So, some important observations that representative elements have the same number of valence electrons. The valence electrons are important because they're what dictate properties. We can always find the number of valence electrons by looking at the Roman numeral above the A, or in front of the A on the A groups, and the maximum number of valence electrons is 8. So that's important. Now, I need to talk about Lewis symbols. So I need to talk about Lewis symbols, and Lewis symbols are really straightforward. What they are, they're just a shorthand way of, in a sort of a pictorial way, showing valence electrons. So when we can draw out a symbol that shows the number of valence electrons something has. So the way we do it is we use the symbol for the element, so let's just do lithium, to represent both the nucleus and all of the core electrons. We're going to represent any valence electrons as dots hanging around the outside of the symbol. So lithium has how many valence electrons? It has just one. So I'm just going to draw one dot, and that one dot gives me shows what I. So that's all we ever really need to do. So for carbon, I will draw the carbon symbol, and I need to draw a number of dots around it equal to the number of valence electrons. So the number of valence electrons is going to be 4. Now, to represent the way atoms actually work, right? Remember that electrons want to be by themselves before they actually start pairing up. So to represent that, I'm just going to do this. I put a single dot on a side before I start pairing them up. Now, it does not matter where you start. So for lithium, by the way, going back to lithium, this and this and this, oops, I said the same thing twice, and this are all the same. They're all equal. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So for, let's say, selenium, how many valence electrons does selenium have? Selenium is in group 6A, so it has 6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And that's it. That's all Lewis symbols are. They're just symbols with dots on them showing how many valence electrons it has. And that's really all we have to do.